Hello and welcome to the F1 24 track guide and Hotlap series. This is a series where I show you guys how to go faster at each circuit, how to tackle the corners at all of the 24 circuits on the F1 2024 game. Today's Hotlap is around the Lusail International Circuit in Qatar, a track that's actually pretty fun to drive once you get used to it. We'll go for a nice slow guide around this incredibly fast circuit, and then the push lap will be at the end of the guide. Alright, the Lusail International Circuit, the Qatar GP, a track that, to be honest, I never really liked the look of when we first came here, but now that I've actually driven it, it's actually a lot of fun to drive. Heading down to turn number 1 now, 8th gear, braking at the 15 meter board, shifting down to 6th, and then turning not too far after the 50 meter board, turning nice and early, take a bit of the curve with you. Early shift up to 5th is optional. Use all the exit road, and then swing over to the right hand side, past the 50 meter board. Braking point's about here, but you're not going to be like full on the brake, so you got to very little brake pressure, and then you'll be trailing the brake all around turn number 2. This is one of the tracks where I feel like it's not too hard on the brakes, because for a lot of the lap you're not even on 100% brake pressure. So get around the kick at turn 3 and then line up for turn number 4. Got to really open up turn 4 here. You're well and truly past the 50 meter board. Just as you get to the end of the curve is where you start to brake, and then turn in as sharp as you can, or you can turn in a little bit early if you want. Take all the inside road with you, and then get to the outside of 4. Open up the corner as much as you can. You really got to make sure that you really do that, and then carry the speed. 5th gear pretty much the whole way. Shift up to 6th at 5 is optional. Use all of the outside, and then quickly shift over to the outside, braking at the 50 meter board. This is probably one of the heavier braking zones and the slowest corner on the track. So turn in down to 2nd gear for turn 6, sorry, and then shift up to 3 on exit. So this is a track where you don't really get that much, brake. So turn in is just about here, so just before you get to the end of the curbing. Again, you're very, very gentle on the brake pedal. Try the brake all the way into turn number 7. This corner feels a lot longer than you might actually think. So it goes for a little bit more than what some people may think. So you really got to be patient around turn 7. And then turn 8. You can choose to hug the inside as much as you want, or respect track limits. And then when you get over this little rise here, just as you start to go down, that is your turning point for turn number 9. So take a bit of that inside curve with you. Really cheese that corner as much as you can. Now this is a bit tricky. Turn 10, there's not a real braking reference, but one thing that you probably can use as a reference is that white line. That little white line on the outside that leads onto another part of another circuit. So open up the corner as much as you can, and then just trail the brake. For a lot of lap, you're trailing the brake pedal into a lot of these corners. Turn in as much as you can, take the inside as much as you can, and then let the car drift to the outside 4th gear corner. So you're basically you're barely in 3rd or 4th for a lot of the lap. So you're shifting up through the gears. You'll be in 8th or approaching 8th gear, but you're not going to actually hit 8th gear as you enter the final sector. So just after the 50 meter board, you turn in for turn 12, and then there's no real braking markers on the track. There's not really any references to turn in, so you just need to really pick your lines and hope that you get it spot on. So you basically just gotta open up the corners as much as you can with a width of your tyre just inside the white lines. Turning in for turn number 14, basically the same. Don't drift too far wide, because that can ruin your lap. And then your turning point is to get to the 50-meter board, turn in gently just after the 50-meter board, and then just really cheese the track limits as much as you can, because that's going to be really important, and you can definitely find lap time. Again, this is one of the easier, this is a track that's probably the hardest to not go outside the track limits alongside Austria. Austria is definitely one that will catch you out on track limits. Breaking point is at the 50-meter board, where the colour changes from red to black. Is probably a good turning point, so you're turning in as late as you possibly can, just after the colours change. Take a bit of the inside curve with you. 4th gear around the last corner, early shift up to 5th by about this point, and then use all the available track limits and just keep the car pointing in a straight line, because you'll be basically back onto the racing line and on exit. Open up your DRS to finish your lap, and that is a lap of the Lusail GP International Circuit. So that is the track guide for this circuit. Time now for the fast push lap. And that is a lap around the Lusail International Circuit. If that really helped you guys wanting to get faster at this circuit, then stick around for more track guide and Hotlap videos on F124. The next one will be in Abu Dhabi to round off the 2024 calendar year, and the very next one after Abu Dhabi will be in Albert Park, which will be next week. That'll be out on the Thursday or the Wednesday prior to F1 starting on the Friday. So be sure to stick around for more track guide and Hotlap videos and career mode episodes, guys, and until the next one, I'll see you guys next time.